Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you how I do meta ad targeting for school groups. So basically, it's a simple 3-step process, and I implemented it for a client, and we took her cost per lead from $30 to join the Skool community down to less than $5. And I'm just going to do it for my own community here to show you how I would set this up. So I'm just going to start by creating a campaign, and I always do a leads campaign when I'm looking to drive paid traffic to a Skool community about page, and this is just to a free community right here. And so I'm going to do a leads campaign. I'm going to do manual leads campaign, click continue. And then here, I'm just going to name this targeting because that's what I'm looking to test right now. I don't need to do any categories. I don't need to touch any of this. And then I'm going to turn on Advantage campaign budget. And I'm just going to set this pretty low for now. We'll just start with $8 a day. And that should give me enough data between the different ad sets that I'm going to create later on to kind of see which ads are working well for me and which audiences I should be focusing on. And then I'm just going to leave everything else the same and click next right here. Okay, so now I'm on the ad set level, and I went ahead and just named this one static ADV because I'm going to be running static image ads for this ad set. And then I named it ADV because that's going to mean open targeting or advantage plus audience. That's just how I recognize it. And then to test different methods of targeting, we're going to use the ad set level to make different ad sets. And we're going to leave the ads exactly the same, and we're just going to use different kind of targeting. And this is just how I identify it. So then for conversion location for a Skool community, I always do website right here. And scroll down, optimize for conversions. I'm using my pixel that I have connected to my Skool communities. And then the conversion event we're looking for is complete registration. And then I'm going to turn on dynamic creative, continue. And I always set the date for the next day to start running these ads at 12 a.m. So that way the ads have a full day to spend. And then I'm actually going to change the ad spending limits here as well. So I'm going to turn this on and put the daily minimum at $1 so that we're making sure each of our ad sets are getting at least $1 in spend so that we can actually get accurate data as to see which ad set is performing the best. And because what Meta will do sometimes is just not put any money into some of these ad sets. So we need to make sure to have that at least at $1. And then the only other thing I'm going to change for the ADV one that I'm doing right here is the locations. So I'm going to just add United Kingdom and Canada as well. Okay, now I have United States, United Kingdom, Canada for my targeting. And then if I go to show more options, I'm just going to leave minimum age at 18. I'm not going to exclude any audiences or select the language. I'm going to leave advantage plus audience on for this specific ad set. And then I'm going to leave placements the way it is as well. And then I'm going to go into the ad level, and I'm just going to go ahead and fill out all of my creatives and copy right here. And then this is going to be the same for all 3 of the ad sets that I'm going to create. Okay, so on the ad level, I just went ahead and named it after what I'm doing right here. So it's 9 different image creatives, and I just left everything the same, uploaded all 9 of my images, left on optimized for each person. I did 1 primary text, and then 5 different headlines, a few descriptions, and then I put the URL to the Skool community right here. And that'll just take people to the about page where I can see the graphics in VSL and join for free. And then for browser add-ons, I clicked none right here. Make sure call to actions learn more, and the tracking is already set to my pixel right here. That's everything I'm doing for the ad level. Okay, so once I have all the settings set up for my first ad set and for the ads inside of the ad set, all I'm going to do is just click on action menu and click on quick duplicate. I'm going to do that 2 times, and that's how I ended up with these 2 ad sets right here. So I have stat, and then I just went ahead and I went up here, I just renamed them to static HTI and static layered. So we're going to start with static HTI. HTI means highly targeted interests. So what that means is I'm just going to go down here, and the only thing I'm going to change on the ad set level between the 3 ad sets I just created is the advantage plus audience. So I'm going to switch to original audience right here. Make sure you click use original audience, and then everything else is going to be the same. So after I switch to original audience, this is just where I'm going to use demographics, interests, and behaviors to really narrow down my target audience. And to do that, to find the different, interests and behaviors, I'll just first start with like common sense. So I'm looking for people who are entrepreneurs for my niche. I'm looking for Skool community owners. So we're going to put entrepreneurship and keep adding different titles around entrepreneurship as well. So we'll put this for job titles, and I'm just going to add a few more here. Okay, so all I did so far was I just added a few different tags related to entrepreneurship. And to define my audience even further, what I'm going to do is just go over to ChatGPT, and I just said, tell me specific jargon, websites, interests, job titles that I can use to target my audience on Facebook ads. And then I just kind of describe my audience. So it's Skool community owners ready to start or scale their community, so that's online business using paid ads. And this is going to give me a bunch of different job titles, interests, and behaviors. Now, not all of these are going to be on Facebook ads. So what I recommend doing is just going through, copying these over and putting them in here. until you find stuff that's really close to where your target audience is going to be on the internet. So for example, this gave me ideas like online community owner. So I'm just going to start typing in community and see what comes up. Okay, so I'm looking at community here. We have virtual community that fits in perfectly with the school demographic. And then I'm just going to go through pretty much everything that's here. I'm just going to copy and paste all these different behaviors, and whichever ones I think would fit a lot more with who my target audience is, rather than just kind of random stuff. And yeah, make sure you look through all the jargon and keywords too, because you'll be surprised at some of the stuff you can find that can give you some really detailed answers here. Okay, so I just went through the list of all the keywords and jargon and everything that ChatGPT gave me, and I came up with some pretty good stuff here for targeting the people that I'm looking for, like online community, lead generation, landing page, things like that. And for the rest of the targeting, I'm going to leave it as is, but if your audience is a different age demographic or gender, then of course you're going to want to change those as well. For mine, I'm just going to leave it open, as well as languages, because I'm advertising in English speaking countries. So once I have everything here, I'm just going to click Save Audience, and I'm going to name it School Community Owners. Okay, so after I have the audience saved, I'm going to go to my layered ad set right here, and it's basically the same exact one as the ADV right now, but I'm just going to go to Advantage Plus Audience. I'm going to click Switch to Original Audience, use Original Audience, and then I'm going to use Saved Audience. I'm going to use the one I just made for my other ad set, and then I'm going to click Edit. Okay, so once I'm here, I'm going to leave everything the same, and I'm just going to scroll down all the way, and then I'm going to click Narrow Audience, and this is going to let me layer 2 different types of audience. And for here, I'm just going to leave it with one interest or job title. If you have a job title that's pretty broad, then you can use that one, but the entrepreneur job title is a little bit too narrow for what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to scroll down until I see the interest, and I'll use that, and I'll just click Save as New, and I'll just rename it School Community Layer, and then save this one. And this will basically just let me use the same targeting I did for the HTI, but I'm adding an additional layer, so it's even more specific. So now we have one. This is ADV. This is our open targeting setting, and the ADV is just the advantage audience down here, and that's just going to let Meta automatically detect our audience. And then we have one called HTI. And if you go to the audience here, this is where I put all the highly targeted interests that I use ChatGPT to help me come up with. And then for the layered, it's the same as the HTI, except we added one more layer to the targeting. And these are the 3 different ad sets that I'm going to go ahead and use to find my audience here. And hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.